post, you can't stop them. Pick it up, running back, it's no problem. I'm running behind the block, they gon' block them. Quavo Yoda, I'm offset Chewbacca. Watch the blitz on the left, we gon' block them. We some animal, yeah, we some goblin. Man to man, we gon' cover you properly. Man to man, you can't beat me impossibly. Red zone, this my highlight, my property. Do a quarter best niggas on 4th and 3. Get the ends on the offensive block for me. I stiff him down, get off of me. I'm trucking them over, he under me. Won't back ends, wipe my sins, They can't win, No new friends, Football fast, they sleep again. We wake them up, the champs is in. Champion, we won't back ends, wipe my sins, wipe it. They can't win, No new friends, Football fast, they sleep again. We wake them up, the champs is in. Yeah.
I just hike the ball and I look for the open man. The zone, I'm tryna get in. Open the play, but the book of the champion. Get flipped if you tryna get in. I got the front defense, they got the end. Going for long, on 1st and 10. Gotta go hard, we gotta get all. No loss or excuses, cause we gotta win. They say they sleep, must not be a fan. Get at your mans and mess up your plan. Look at your stands and look at your hands. I do what I want and you do what you can. I do it for fans, you do it for fame. EA Sports, we in the game. I am the coach and the player of the game. They gon' remember the name.
We won't back ends, wipe my sins, They can't win, No new friends, Football fans, they sleep again. We wake them up, the champs is in. Champion, we won't back ends, wipe my sins, wipe it. They can't win, No new friends, Football fans, they sleep again. We wake them up, the champs is in. Yeah.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They pitch out to Howard. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. He sets to fire deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Cooper's got it. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. This is Howard on second down. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third.
Go ahead. 12. Two.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's going to wind up and air it out. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. It's a quarterback sneak. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's got his man, Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Detroit! Gun!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now back to throw. Able to find his running back, Geis. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. There should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
They'll set up to throw. And it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. He's going to look deep down the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Now Garoppolo. He finds Beckham complete. And he's got this down to the 35. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
65.
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. On the handoff, this is Howard. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Now I would be surprised if they go for it. 3 points is not ideal. It's not what they want, but it's still only the first half. Take the 3 points and move on.
And his kick is right there. It's good. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get Stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And this will get them all the way inside the Giants' 10. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 70 yards. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got it first and goal at the 6.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run with Chubb, and he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. A line of scrimmage once again, the 5, as they get ready for second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. New York set to take the field. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win, and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now. Win the game.
On play action, it's Garoppolo going up top. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI call at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront.
And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Jordan Howard His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. He'll put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
They'll drop the throw. Flushed out right. Man open. That's Kiki QT complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Detroit! Detroit! Hot!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw here's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Now out come the Giants. And they have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Cooper was the intended target. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
No, check.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 3rd down. On the handoff, it's Geis. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st down, this is Geis. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to... And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Quincy Enunwa, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
That's fielded in the end zone. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Now, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle to Becker. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
11. Six.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Sideline throw, that's caught. Amari Cooper. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Here we go. Hurry up. Hurry up. 12, fellas. Here we go. 11. Yes.
On first down, Garoppolo. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
13.
The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Move it up, fellas. Hey, 13. Yes.
Garoppolo on first down. Right back to Cooper, and he got him again. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Geis receives the pitch. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. A tackle that time by Akello Witherspoon.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Looking to throw. Flush to his right. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. Credit the Giants' defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Found his target. It's Anderson. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Kiki QT, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Roses now to add the PAT. Rosas good with the extra point, and that will level the playing field at 17-all. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage. Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. He's going to go for a punt, and this is caught inside the 5. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Odell Beckham with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line. That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Anunwa's got it, complete. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. A gain of 6 there on first.
Detroit!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Hodges. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put it up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
No. Check. Patriot!
On the counter, and they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Anunwa that time, and it's 3rd down.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Running with Howard. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Hurry up.
They go with Howard again, and that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
12. Go ahead. 6.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Amendola. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from the 3 and out. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Back now in Arlington. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. on second down. Here's Garoppolo. Buying time to his left. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. On first, they go right back to Howard. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Hey, gun. Like 20, like 80. 12. 11.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They'll look to throw here. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards for number 11. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
That'll be taken in by Anderson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a toss. This is Geis. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct, and what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Howard. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Again to Howard. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
Gone!
He'll look to throw. And that one results in 35 yards. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on and it's 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Got an open man. It's a new one. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now they've got to signal that field goal unit, and they have to sprint out there in a hurry.
And this is always difficult on the snapper because his heart rate is way up there. He's got to calm himself enough to make an accurate snap.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside the 10, that's tough trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
So for the Giants, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they wanted desperately to finish at 500, but that won't happen, as it'll be a 7-9 season in the end. And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
If the squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Yeah. Hey. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. 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 Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime.